On the morning of December 1st, 1948, a man was found dead on Somerton Beach, near Adelaide, South Australia. He carried no identification, no wallet, and every tag had been removed from his clothes. There were no signs of violence. No obvious cause of death. And yet, over 70 years later, no one knows who he was, or how he died. This is the story of the Tamam Shud case, also known as the mystery of the Somerton Man, one of the most baffling unsolved cases in modern history. It was around 6:30 in the morning when two horseback riders spotted a man lying on the sand, his head propped up against the seawall. At first glance, he looked like he was sleeping. But when they got closer, they realized he wasn't breathing. Police arrived soon after. The man appeared to be in his mid-40s, well dressed in a suit and polished shoes. He was lying neatly, with one arm by his side and the other across his chest. There was no sign of a struggle. In his pockets, police found a half-empty pack of cigarettes, a used bus ticket from Adelaide Central Station, an unused train ticket, a pack of chewing gum, a comb, and a box of matches. But no money, no ID, and no clue who he was. Even more curious, all the labels had been cut out of his clothes. His jacket was of American make, yet it was not sold in Australia. An autopsy was carried out that same day. The results deepened the mystery. The coroner found no signs of physical injury, no bullet wounds, no bruising, and no broken bones. However, his internal organs told a different story. His liver was congested with blood. His spleen was enlarged. His stomach contained a half-digested pasty, likely his last meal, and traces of what the coroner believed to be a rare poison, possibly digitalis or strophanthine. Yet, no trace of poison could be chemically identified. The cause of death was officially listed as heart failure due to unknown poison, and the method of delivery was a complete mystery. Police circulated the man's photo across Australia and abroad. They checked every missing persons report, every hotel registry, every fingerprint database. Nothing. No one came forward to claim the body. No one recognized him. He became known simply as the Somerton Man. Then, a few weeks later, a new lead surfaced. At Adelaide Railway Station, a brown suitcase had been left in the cloakroom the day before the man was found dead. Inside were a red dressing gown, a screwdriver, scissors, a table knife, a stencil brush, a pair of trousers, and thread identical to what was used to repair the Somerton Man's jacket. But again, all tags and labels had been removed. Only one clue remained, the name T. Keane, faintly written on a tie and a laundry bag. But the name led nowhere. Police believed the man might have been a spy, a foreign agent, or a fugitive traveling under false identity. It was the dawn of the Cold War, and paranoia was high. Months passed with no progress, until June 1949, when a tiny piece of rolled-up paper was discovered in a secret pocket sewn inside the man's trousers. On it were just two words, Tamam Shud. Translated from Persian, it means, "It is finished," or "the end." The phrase was traced to a rare book of poetry called the Rubáiyát of Omar Khayyam. After an appeal to the public, a local man came forward saying he'd found that very book in the back seat of his car, parked near Somerton Beach around the time of the death. In the book's final page, where Tamam Shud should have been printed, that section was torn out, perfectly matching the paper found on the body. But there was more. On the back cover of the book, written in faint pencil, were a series of strange letters, appearing to be a code. Rubáiyát, Mliawi, Tbimpanip, Rubáiyát, Itn Samsgab. Experts from the Navy and intelligence agencies tried to decipher it, but the code has never been cracked. Also written in the book, a telephone number. It belonged to a young nurse named Jessica Thompson, who lived less than a mile from where the body was found. When police questioned Jessica Thompson, she seemed startled upon seeing a plaster cast of the man's face. She reportedly almost fainted, and refused to look again. She denied knowing who he was, but admitted she once gave a copy of the Rubáiyát to a man named Alfred Boxall, a former Australian Army officer. Investigators tracked Boxall down, alive and well, with his copy of the book intact. That ruled him out. So who was the Somerton Man to Jessica Thompson? A secret lover? A foreign contact? A stranger who carried her number by chance? Jessica never publicly spoke about it again. She passed away in 2007, taking whatever she knew to the grave. In 1949, after months with no identification, the Somerton Man was buried at West Terrace Cemetery in Adelaide. His tombstone reads simply, "Here lies the unknown man found at Somerton Beach, December 1, 1948. Over the decades, the case became one of Australia's most famous mysteries. Journalists, cryptographers, and amateur detectives have spent years trying to uncover his identity. Some believed he was a Soviet spy, part of a Cold War operation gone wrong. Others thought he was a jilted lover who took his own life. But the truth remained hidden, until a surprising twist decades later. In 2021, Australian authorities exhumed the Somerton Man's body for DNA testing. Using advanced forensic genealogy, researchers were able to identify him as Carl Charles Webb, born in 1905 in Melbourne, an electrical engineer and instrument maker. He had vanished from the public record around the time of his death. But what he was doing in Adelaide, how he died, and what the Tamam Shud note meant are still unknown. The code found in the book has never been decoded. And there are still unexplained connections, including how he ended up with Jessica Thompson's phone number, and why every label was removed from his clothes. More than 70 years later, the case still haunts investigators and historians alike. The mystery of the Somerton Man, the Tamam Shud case, remains a reminder that even in the modern age of technology and DNA, some secrets are never meant to be fully uncovered. And as the last words found on that tiny piece of paper say, Tamam Shud. It is finished. If mysteries like this fascinate you, don't forget to subscribe to True Mystery Vault, where we uncover real cases that remain unsolved. One mystery at a time. Until the next story, stay curious and stay safe.